I saw a video and it made me pretty upset.
Ooh.
And I thought, I'm thankful that my husband would never, ever do this to me.
Yeah.
Because I'd kill him.
Cause you are the best thing that's ever happened to me.
If a man becomes terminally ill and his wife becomes the caretaker, there is a 2.9% separation rate. If the woman is terminally ill and their male partner becomes the caretaker, they leave at a 21% rate, which basically means that men are approximately 624% more likely to separate from a woman if the woman gets sick.
That is alarming, shocking, and it was so alarming and shocking, I had to include the study in the book. For me, and I wrote this in the chapter around love is conditional. We have to understand that the myth that presents itself is that love is unconditional. It is, if you find the right person, there's no conditions. That could be true with your children, right? Your child could go do something heinous, and I believe there could or would still be love for them. But that's not the case with our partners. And for us to be aware that there are conditions when we go into these relationships, that's the most important. So it's almost a warning sign, in particular to women in that chapter, to say, there are conditions. And unfortunately, when people have gone through and interviewed these men who have left the women on their deathbed, and even the women, because it's 2.9% of women leave men, even the women who've left the men, what they will say is that they're no longer getting fill in the blank. They're no longer getting the emotional intimacy. They're no longer getting the physical intimacy. They're no longer getting the, you fill in the blank. And as a result of no longer getting this thing, and the thing is the condition, they're out.
Well, that's some bull. Yeah. He's not wrong, though. It is conditional. People want to talk about unconditional love, but there's conditions under which you'd leave me. Like, if I went and cheated on you, like, there's a condition. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's not wrong that there's conditions. The issue is that's not one of them.
Well, sickness and in health, for better, for worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Disease.
That's kind of frustrating, but especially having just gone through it with you, you getting a cancer diagnosis and having to like wrestle with your mortality, like me having to think about what would life be like without my best friend, without my spouse. That sucked.
Yeah.
And so I get and it's also true, like physical intimacy, pauses.
Because there was
emotional
no
intimacy,
physical intimacy.
Pauses.
Right.
Because who am I? Like, oh, I'm having a real hard day, cancer patient. Like, how am I going to go to you and pour out problems to of how hard a situation is when you are dealing with the most difficult thing, which is actually going to chemo, having to wrestle through, is this the last time I'm going to see my kids? Is that like all the things that you have to think through when you get diagnosed with cancer? And so there is yes, the level of intimacy emotionally is a struggle, but it doesn't mean you get to check out. That is selfish.
Well, when I was going through treatment and I was learning the story of women also going through treatment or who had completed treatment, there was an astronomical number of women who were in the middle of divorces while actively fighting cancer, or whose spouse had left at the end of the journey, whatever it may be. And I think learning that to me was mortifying. Even the fact that I noticed, and now some people don't want to go to treatment with anyone, but I noticed there were so many women who they did it alone. Yeah. And some of those women was because, well, it's not my significant other's thing. They don't want to do that. This is too hard for them.
It's not your thing.
Well, yeah, cancer
I
wasn't
get
my
that.
thing
That's
either.
not a good thing.
But
you don't really
you
want to do
came
that.
and you showed up and you said you get no days off, so I don't get days off. And I know our situation, we were so blessed. We were so supported by so many people that allowed you to be able to be present with me.
Mm-hmm.
But I still remember at the end of treatment, one of the oncology team members had said the number of women that she sees who goes through this very thing after treatment, during treatment, whatever, it's a high number. And it, like the video said, it is shocking. And I think I just could not get over, how do you leave someone in their worst state? How?
It's selfish, and that's what he said. It's like they walk through and they say, "I wasn't getting this from you." So it's like in the moment when you need somebody the most to set themselves aside for you, for your sake. And that's what I mean. Early on, I was told, 'cause I was having a hard time with your diagnosis.
Yes, you were.
And there was somebody who just was like, "Look, you got to just set it down for now, man. This cannot be about you." And it's true. It's like, this is not about me right now. This is about, even though I am walking through something, and there are plenty of people who reached out and
Yes,
to care for
a
me.
lot.
But it is true. It's not about me.
And that was you.
But that's what the video was. It was,
yes.
The person says, "It's about me. I'm not happy, so I'm out."
And another clip of that video, they talk specifically about the sex piece. Now, we're in the middle of treatment.
Yeah.
There's no sex going on here. Like,
Not much.
I don't even know. I mean, we spend so many days in the hospital or a doctor's office or in the ER or and then being with our kids and we could be.
You were sick.
And tired.
Like the chemo, especially for, when you had to go through the Red Devil, it just knocked your socks off.
I just got to ask, hold on. Were you thinking about sex?
No, everything was so tiresome. It was like, and we had so much to do. I mean, because in that point, we also got a new set of kids. We had 4, and then we had the foster care kids come through, and our two nephews.
Our nephews, yes.
And so life was just like survival.
Yeah. I one of the things you said is the hardest part for you, beyond thinking about losing me, was that you can't voice your feelings, because that was the wisdom given to you.
Not with my best friend.
Right.
And anybody else, it's hard to talk through that with somebody who hasn't gone through it.
Yeah.
Because they're weird in that they don't know, they're so worried about saying the wrong thing. So they'll come and say, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I can share," but you're also so emotionally tired that you're like really choosing whether you want to share with somebody or not.
Yeah. Anyway.
So most of the time it's, "I'm fine, and this is how you can pray for the situation."
Which people do want to know that too. I think when you think about how do you choose a spouse, I'm like, it never dawned on me when you're doing premarital counseling, if you did that, right? Yeah. It never dawned on me to say, hey, maybe one of the things that we need to tell young couples who we do premarital counseling to is marry someone who is going to be there when you get a life-threatening illness.
That's what was funny. It's like he wrote that chapter in the book and he says, "I'm writing that for women to know that there's conditions." It's like, what the heck? The condition is I can't get sick?
Basically.
Like, it's out of your control,
I can't
largely.
Get sick or have the sex department closed down,
right? Well,
for an
or
extended
whatever
amount
it
of
is.
time.
Like, you have to. It's basically you have to marry somebody who you can trust to be sacrificial when it counts, and it makes sense. 1 in 5 people. That feels probably about right. Like 1 in 5 people, 1 in 5 men are like, "Yeah, this is about me, and if I'm not getting what I need, then this isn't the life I want." Which is also a shame, because they're missing out on such a beautiful part of the story, because God's done such amazing things for us and our family through that story.
Yeah.
But also now that we're just a month on the other side of it, but it's like we can see how God's going to use it and work through us to help some people.
Right. And I will say recently we had a scare that I had a second lump, and my heart just was, Lord, please don't ask me to walk this again. Please don't ask my husband or my children or community to walk this again. And I remember you came into the room and you said to me, hey, I'm here and I'm going to walk it with you.
We're going to fight.
We're going to
That's
fight
what it
no
was.
matter how many times we need
Because
to.
oftentimes people stop fighting the second time.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I see. It's like people, the second one is like, oh, I don't have any more fight. It's like, no, all right, then I guess I'm putting the gloves on for you because we got to fight this if it is again.
And I knew you would. Like, I believe that with my heart that you would conjure up everything that it would take to get both of us to where we needed to go. But then also, like, you were like, and your tribe will be here if they have to do it again. And I guess we're just really fortunate that we have each other and we have people in our lives who they're going to be here. And just so you know, if you ever try to leave me, I'll kill you before you leave.
Ooh. There you go.
I love you.
Love you, babe.
On fire, 'cause you kept me every time I mess it up. And everybody says that things are bound to change, but I hope they stay the same, 'cause you are the best thing that's ever happened to me.